Welcome to Business Reporter's Best of British Business campaign. I'm Rachel Hicks. As cyber threats escalate, two very different players have been pushing the limits of today's security model. Sota brings decades of experience protecting UK organisations, while Cynet has built a global reputation for extremely efficient cyber defence powered by automation. Sota and Cynet have recently formed a partnership they claim will change what managed detection and response looks like for SMEs, as it combines enterprise-grade technology with practical, affordable delivery. I'm joined by Ben Smoker, CEO of Sota, and Jason McGee from Cynet to discuss why this partnership matters and what it means for businesses that can't afford to get security wrong. Gentlemen, before we dive in, do you want to just introduce yourself and tell us what your organisations do to protect people and companies?
I'm Ben Smoker, CEO of Sota. We're an IT MSP and cybersecurity provider based in Kent. We serve to protect SME businesses across the UK and internationally.
Jason.
Jason McGee, CEO of Cynet. We provide cybersecurity peace of mind to SMEs globally. We've got a unified platform. We have an AI layer that does a whole lot of autonomous to stay ahead of the threat actors, and then it's complemented with a 24/7 human element that we call SIOPS.
So Ben, you're a managed service provider. Where do MSPs like you feel the greatest pressure from the rise in expectations of customers?
There's so much expectation from our customers now, and rightly so. They want to feel safe. They look to us to be one voice. They don't want lots of different vendors, finger pointing between vendors. They want to know they're safe. They want to know they've got one person they can go to who's going to look after them 24/7 and their environments.
So this is where you come in, Jason. Those shifts and trends put huge pressure on vendors as well. How did Cynet approach the challenge when you designed the platform that you're working with Sota?
When Cynet became a concept so many years ago, it was based on a unified platform, not a platform that was going to be brought together by stitching together disparate tools, and then AI and automation at its core. Those two together allow you to have one view, reduce the amount of alert fatigue and jumping around the different tools and having different experiences, which really allows you to move a lot quicker.
So now you two your organisations have paired up, you are working in partnership. So why would you say this partnership is particularly special?
It's special for Sota because we're able to now bring enterprise-grade protection with the help of Cynet to the SME business. Previously, that just wasn't accessible to them.
To that point about the enterprise-grade protection, Cynet, we go through third-party validation, and there's one in particular called the MITRE ATT&CK evaluations that we subject ourselves to on an annual basis. And you'll see us, compared in how we stack up against the likes of, call it the enterprise-grade security providers out there. And we perform extremely well compared to these players. And we focus on the small and mid-sized, the SMEs, compared to where they're focused on more of the larger mid-market to enterprise customers. So to Ben's point about bringing the enterprise-grade cybersecurity, that's what we're doing, and we're proving it with third-party results like the MITRE ATT&CK evaluation.
I think you've also actually outperformed most of the vendors. Yeah. I mean, that's what stood out to us, was the fact that Cynet stands out, above all of them. So that made it an easy choice for us.
And so when you've had customers who've had that attack, how has the response changed now that you have Cynet on side? It's
just everything's so much quicker. It just gives the reassurance for our customers that, as I say, someone is there, not just 9 to 5, this is 24/7. We've got a 24/7 function. We know that we're supported by the SIOPS 24/7 function. So the game has changed for our customers now because, like I said earlier, we're bringing enterprise-grade protection to the SME market.
So let's imagine that there is a company that suffers a breach. They're one of your customers. Tell me how this partnership works. What happens?
If one of Ben's customers, hypothetically speaking, was in the middle of experiencing a potential threat or threat It would hit our system because there's an agent on the endpoint, a computer, or a desktop, or server, and there'll be an alert that happens and gets shut down immediately through the AI and autonomous layer that we have. And if there's further research that's needed by the human element, the PsyOps, at which time they'll go and, dependent upon the agreed upon SLAs or operational elements, whether we will take action immediately or we'll reach out to Ben and his organization to notify them that something is actually in the process of happening, at which time our teams will come together and say, all right, what approach do we want to take? Do we want to shut it down? Do we want to contain it, further research it, or whatnot?
We've worked incredibly well with the PsyOps team. And what I'm generally today, still surprised about was the speed at which everything happened. We're talking, minutes, seconds for containment, minutes that we're, speaking to the PsyOps team. Straight away we can alert our customer and tell them what's going on, tell them straight away, give them the reassurance there's been containment, and now the PsyOps team are working on investigation, and then we can then look at the remediation afterwards.
And what's been the reaction of your customers? Their
impression of it has been second to none, really. They've said only positive things about Cynet, about Sota, and that really, for me, embodies the partnership that we're trying to take to the SME market.
So I'm interested to know, you're here to work with SMEs. Is this a new area that is needing cybersecurity? Are they being targeted in a way that they weren't before because they were mostly targeting large companies?
Sure. I think it's a national crisis at the moment. The amount of attacks we're seeing in the UK and around the world is of a different scale. And I think, as we'll go on to say, that it's AI that's speeding that up.
Threat actors aren't a new thing, right? Ransomware, identity theft, right? Been around forever, right? It's, fast forward to today, right? Again, with the onset of AI, they're able to move at speeds that we've never seen, provide the volume that no one has ever been able to see, right? And the good thing about, Cynet and partners like Sota that leverage Cynet is, being that we have the AI, the automation, the autonomous aspect of what we do, we're able to keep up with the volume and the speeds at which they're moving, and be able to see the difference in behavior at scale and volume that we've never seen before. So we're prepared, Soto's prepared, and then our customers have that peace of mind.
Jason McGee and Ben Smoker, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.